Times change. You gotta take everything in and do better. And as you can tell, the title says Forest Living. If you've never lived in the forest or in the woods, you know how it is. If you don't know, just know whenever you don't have nothing, you gotta make something happen. And knowing that you got nature around you, it's kind of scary sometimes. Whenever you're at the darkness, you have no light, and you have barely any light, it's crazy, you know? Just waiting for people to pop up on here, because right now, I'm looking a little rough right now. Why? Because I'm a nature man. Woo! Let's pop up on here. Let's have people. Come on, folks. Stop this. Hold on for a second. Boom. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Sure, I'm going to tell you something. The birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day. Out here in the woods, sticks, pretty much in nature. From the city to the sticks again. And with that being said, it's great. All right. Thank you for joining in. This is Individualistic Mind, and as you can tell, it says Forest Living. Right now, I'm not in the forest at the second, so I'm riding around, getting things done. No street lights. No street lights anywhere. Only stop signs and quietness. Back here in the woods, you see. Everywhere you see woods. So quiet. Quiet to see and everything else. Away from society, because society kind of distracts you from what you got to do in life. Kind of. I'm not trying to say all of it. But living in a camper is pretty awesome. I mean, the one thing you gotta worry about is ticks. Ticks. Living in, like when you go camping, you gotta worry about ticks, you know. The small little red ones. That's one thing you gotta worry about is ticks. Because deer won't bother you. They won't bother you. Like last night, me and Scooby-Doo 89, we were sitting outside. She's doing her little artwork, and she's going to be going on live tonight about her disability that she has, that majority of not a lot of women have. So she's going to talk about that tonight, about what she has and everything. It's nothing deadly or anything. It's not contagious or anything. So if you don't know, her channel is Scooby-Doo 89. And one of the things that she doesn't like is people thinking she's on something whenever it's just the way she talks. So with that being said, oh, whoa, like Scooby 89 has this. She had her tongue, like, you know, whenever you're born and they cut a part of your tongue and everything to make you speak a bit about a little bit. So she has a little slur, or like a speech impediment kind of. So with that being said, she doesn't like the fact that people want to sit there and think she's on drugs or drunk or whatever. So this world wants to mock someone's language because they have some speech impediment. It ain't cool. But anyway, in the forest, you got raccoons, you got deer, you got, see, right now I'm on the road. I'm not in the forest just yet. Afternoon. But right now it's a beautiful day. Had to go. We're going down the hill, going down the hill. Yes. But what is the music that you guys listen to while you're camping? Like when you go camping, do you camp in a tent or do you camp in a camper? What do you guys do? If you go camping, do you go camping in a camper, a pop-out camper, an RV, a tent? Because honestly, I don't know what you guys go into whenever you guys are camping. Right now, it's just a camp, away from society. And like the river is everywhere around us. Living by a river is amazing. And just know whenever you're in the river, if the river is not flowing, I found this out. If the river is not flowing and you think you can go swimming in a river that is not flowing, here's the thing. There's a lot of bacteria that sits on top of the water, and it will affect your open wounds. If you have a cut that's open, it will get infected by still water. If the water's not flowing, it's not good. Because like when it rains and when nature calls, you know, it's not good for water to be still and you go swimming in it. I found out that out 2 days ago, that if the water is not moving, bacteria just sit on the water. So if you're going to take a bath or go swimming in a water that is just still, like a river, a creek, something is going to eat you up with your infection of your cut. So beware of water that is not moving. If it's not moving, that is not good. Because you could get bacteria infection or however it is. That's what was told to me. The water has to be going and flowing. Because bacteria sits on top of the river, so it doesn't go nowhere. Just beware. If you have a cut and that water's not moving, keep an eye out on your skin, because you could actually get sick. And then there's nothing to help you with. Oh, that's cool. That's cool you like to do that with my mom. That's amazing. Hey, look at that troll. He lives under the bridge. That troll lives under the bridge. But anyway, I would love to do that with your mom too, man. But anyway, I bet she'll love me too. Like she loves you, Tony the Tiger, supposedly. But no, whenever you live in the woods, that's amazing. You know, you don't have to worry about anything, really. So whenever you're taking care of a family, yeah, same here. Same here, Tony the Tiger. Your mom did me well tonight, last night too. Um, but no ATVs. That's a trail right there. So let me do something. Bye bye. Anyway, that guy's gone. Anyway, when you're in nature, it's like so peaceful. It's so peaceful in nature. Um, like last night, we're sitting at the table. Scooby Doo 89 was doing her little artwork that she does. If you don't know what kind of artwork she does, go check her channel out. It's Scooby Doo 89. Tonight, like I said, she's going to be talking about this disability that a lot of women may have. And it's very embarrassing to have in a way. So if you don't know, you'll know tonight. I don't know what time she's coming on because we got to take care of our son. So with that being said, for the viewer that is watching, when you go camping, do you camp with a tent? Do you camp with an RV? What you got? Okay, let me put a poll up. That'd be great. That'd be better. Let's see. Oh, no, not that's the question. Let me put a poll up. No, I don't want no question thing. Yeah, poll. Let's put a poll up. When you camping with camper or tent? Camper, tent. All right, there we go. So, Teresa, you could get a shout out. So, when you do live out there in the forest or the woods, when you go camping with your folks, what do you take when you go camping? Well, to me, I think camping is better whenever you have a tent in a way. I mean, yeah, you gotta deal with the weather, you know, the winds and the sticks and all that stuff. Also, when you're out camping, telling stories is wonderful. It's wonderful, you know. You sit there and have marshmallows and s'mores. That's what I did with my son today, the other night. We had s'mores. He never had a s'more. The only kind of s'more he had was a Pop-Tart s'more. He didn't ask for any more, you know, so I gave him, 3 of them, I think. And he's like, the marshmallow's on fire. I'm like, yeah, that's what it's called. You gotta melt that marshmallow to have some more. And he loves it. He loved it. So having a little bit of Hershey chocolate. Well, I got some Hershey chocolate right now. And so tonight we're gonna have some s'mores again. But there'll be a bit of beef stew and and whatnot. So when you go camping, do you make your own fire by getting some sticks and rubbing two sticks together? Do you do that? I haven't been able to because it's been raining lately. It's been raining lately, so a lot of things have been wet. So you gotta gather up sticks and make yourself a little fire, because if you can't make a little fire, then I don't know what you're going to do. So you got to think of how to make a fire. Because if you have ever watched that show called Camping and Afraid, or not Camping and Afraid, Naked and Afraid, they get two sticks possibly, and they just find some little moss or some kind of lint. Somehow, some way, they use that. So right now, as you can tell, it is very quiet. This is what it's like out here, so peaceful. The only thing you might hear is a generator. So if you don't see, oh, look at that vine, you might be able to see a deer out there. You might see an armadillo. That's what I've seen. I've seen like 3 armadillos, bunny rabbits. Like I said last night, we were doing our artwork, and we heard some ruffling in the ground and through the bushes. So I shone my light, and all I saw was eyes. So I threw my water bottle and found out it was just a deer. And with that deer, I'm sorry, Bambi. I couldn't take care of that deer. So, with all that, it's very quiet. You don't know anything out here, really. All you hear is crickets at night. You might hear owls at night. And if you've ever seen an owl, man, at night when you see them, they're huge. Owls are huge, and when they fly, when they fly, their wingspan is like very, very long. And it's very, very huge. Like owls, I would love to have an owl. I would rather have an owl than a regular bird. Because they sleep at night, or they sleep during the day supposedly, and fly at night. I haven't seen an owl out here. I've only seen rabbits, deer, turtles. What else have I seen? What have I seen? I've seen an eel because the river's right there. I saw an eel. I told my son, that is an eel. And there's many kinds of eels. There's the electric eels, and those eels I don't know about the ones in the rivers. I don't know if you're allowed to mess with them. I don't think you could. I don't want to mess with an eel because it's just doing its own thing. Sometimes you may not have service out in the forest. You may not have no service, and then you're like, oh no, how am I going to live without service? I could live without service. One of those people that don't need to have a phone sometimes, so